As we speak today, again it's Tuesday, May 12th of 2009, Baxter Pharmaceuticals out of Deerfield, Illinois, which just happens to be coincidentally the 10th Congressional District, the same Congressional District that President Obama and Senator Obama calls home district, okay? Baxter Pharmaceuticals, as we speak, is now down in Mexico City injecting untold millions of Hispanic individuals with a swine flu vaccine that they just happen to have ready to go. This is what's going to lead, without a doubt in my mind, will lead to the next second and third wave of death in 2 or 3 weeks, if not 2 months at the max. This will also spread, will be the factor that spreads it down into the other Latin America countries, Central America, and into South America. Now, to this end, to protect Americans, I've prepared with our team, Dr. Bill Deagle, Dr. Rebecca Carley, and others internationally, a petition for a permanent injunction prohibiting federally mandated mass vaccination programs in the event of any type of a flu-declared pandemic. The reason for this is very important, folks. Under the Emergency State Health Powers Act, once the federal government, through FEMA representatives and CDC and the President's Office, declares a national pandemic alert, which corresponds to the World Health Organization's Level 6 declaration. And by the way, as of today, May 10th, you need to know that we are sitting worldwide with the WHO at Level 5, and it could very possibly go to Level 6 within a few weeks or months. When that happens, the box is open, Pandora's box is open, and the pandemic, the fear and panic will begin in earnest. And so to stop that, we've drafted this petition for permanent injunction. And the reasons for this, folks, is very simple. As Charles Higgins declares and throughout the book, the forced vaccination is the worst affront of our constitutional rights as Americans that we could ever be involved in. And he quotes on the back cover a speech given by President Woodrow Wilson following the conclusion and the armistice that ended World War I or the Great War. He said, quote, "The world has just destroyed the arbitrary force of a military junta. It will live under no other. All that is arbitrary and coercive is now in the discard," President Wilson said in 1919. Oh, is it really? Well, folks, think about it. There is nothing more arbitrary and coercive than forced vaccinations by a flawed law. Why? Because we have the constitutional right as Americans to be safe in our person and not to be forced into any type of medical experimentation. The Nuremberg trials following the end of World War II showed this as well. Here you have millions of European Jews and Gypsies and others that were forcibly put into these concentration camps and experimented on medically. Their basic human rights were violated, and if you have that happening in America in the form of this Emergency Health Powers Act, which makes you a felon if you refuse to be vaccinated, is absolutely unconstitutional and against your basic rights of freedom and freedom of choice, and not to be, again, a medical guinea pig. The truth is, folks, this vaccine that's being prepared and is in stockpile as we speak is untested, it's untried, there has been no human trials performed. For instance, Gardasil with Merck and the human papillovirus vaccine had to go through years and millions of dollars of testing, animal and human, before it was approved by the FDA. And so here you have another vaccine that's potentially even more deadly than Gardasil, being foisted upon Americans by law, unconstitutional law in the extreme. So here we have this petition for permanent injunction. It's really important that if you see the need for this, to become an activist in your state and to see that this injunction is filed, this petition for the injunction, and it can be granted, and stop the state, in your case, from working with the federal government and making you a medical guinea pig. The vaccine that is being prepared is nothing but a group of toxic viral loads and human kidney cells and African green monkey kidney cells combined. Are you sure you want that shot into your arm to see what will happen? I don't. Stop it now. The injunction must be filed in each and every one of the 50 states.